Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Holiday season, close to the end of the year, and I hope that the year has been kind to you. And of course, you're sorting things out and making headways in the path that you've chosen to get closer to wherever it is that you wish to get to. Today, again, as one of our traditional talks, we're going to be talking about how to alleviate the so-called pain that you may be feeling after your breakup. And together we want to examine a different angle, maybe a little bit deeper into the psyche, as why is it that you miss your ex so bad, and is there a real merit to it that feel that bad? We can all understand that breaking up is hard to do. There was a song about that. I don't know who made that song. Captain and Tennille, or was it? Anyhow, somebody else. Breaking up is hard to do. We all know that. And we've covered many of these talks, this topic in many talks on this channel. And I've seen and heard and seen many of your comments, how helpful it's been to you. Again, today we're going to be talking a little bit more about it, but as it is in most cases, I'm talking from the point of view of boys, because this channel was originally made to help and look at things from boys' point of view. Now that it's become more popular among the ladies as well, we hope that they will continue switching the roles and see if it makes sense and become helpful to them as well. However, again, I will be only addressing it in one kind of a relationship, a man's point of view toward his girlfriend, and then you guys, whatever type of relationship you have, you can maybe switch it around, see if it could be of some help to your type of relationship. Especially that I think I know the boy's point of view a little bit better than I would know the girl's point of view or any other kind of point of view. But so girls may have a different view on the point that I'm going to be making, or the analogies that I'm going to be using, but they could maybe combine it with what they think it would work for them, but use the same concept in order to arrive the same understanding. That maybe become somewhat of a useful to you. So hopefully any kind of a relationship that you have, you can use the concept and turn it around to your situation and see if it would be helpful to you. So the question is, why are we so devastated? And obviously it's because we miss the girlfriend, because we think the feeling that we have for her is what defines us, or what makes it to be so unique, and that it would be impossible to find another one just like it, another emotion, another way of feeling the way we felt about this girlfriend. So let's talk about that. What is it that makes us feel so wonderful about this girl, or any girl, any relationship? However your relationship is out, just make it suitable to your type of relationship. So why is it that we're so infatuated with our girlfriend? Why? Is it because they can do something that we really cannot go through life without them? Like, it is so detrimental to our livelihood? Is it some skill that they have that we don't have? Some scientific background, some way of dealing with atmosphere or life, or resilient abilities, wisdom? Is that what it is that we are so infatuated with them? Or is it because we are programmed for procreation and we love to be with our woman and have a woman in our life and feel good about it? Is it sexual? Is it because we're programmed to seek procreation, therefore we want sex? And why do we want sex? Because we're programmed for it, okay, but also because we desire pleasure, because it gives us tremendous amount of pleasure. It seems that life is all about finding a pleasure, some kind of a pleasure, different kind maybe. One could be, flying high in the clouds with an aircraft. It's a pleasure. One could be parachuting down. That's a pleasure. One could be inventing or skillful in math. But in most cases, we would still be looking for love, for pleasure of sex. That's how we're programmed. So then it's pleasure that we want to be with a woman? Or is it the wisdom of the woman? Why is it? You can have the answer for yourself. But perhaps we can look at one angle of it together here. So if it's pleasure, do we accept that it is the sexual pleasure that attracts us to our woman, to the woman, more than a certain scientific knowledge and ability that they may have, or expertise in something? So the program is encouraging us, creating the desire for intimacy, which brings pleasure. So we're really in pursuit of pleasure, not her. Pleasure through her. We really desire her and in love with, fulfilling that program that is in our genes, which is pursuit of pleasure, this kind of pleasure, intimacy. If you put every other thing that you will gain from being with a woman, having a relationship with your girlfriend, if you put everything else aside and try to focus on which is the most focused attraction that encourages you to seek relationship, to seek to know a woman, to be kind to her, to love her, to pamper her, to protect her, to take care of her, perhaps you will come to the conclusion that it is the fact that you receive the highest level of pleasure from her, from being with her, being close to her, and when it's in mutual consent, to be intimate with her. And so how do you gain that interest, desire for that pleasure? Is it her that creates that desire for pursuit of that pleasure in you? Or is it you who have that desire to seek pleasure and you know where you can find it, and therefore that would be your motivation to get to know a woman and be kind to her, be nice to her, and learn how you can interact with her? Which one is it? Is it her that instills that program in you, or is it your program that encourages you to pursue finding a girlfriend? Is it the fact that you're programmed to pursue pleasure, or is it her that creates that desire to pursue pleasure? We all know that it is not limited to one or two of us. When this program is created, is not created after you are born. The whatever your interests may be, the desire to find a girlfriend, to be intimate and so on, is due to the program of procreation that you are born with it. However you are born with it, whatever program that you have, but you are born with that program. So therefore, that means the desire to pursue pleasure is already in you. The woman who has left you did not bring that characteristic to you. You already had that desire. You already had that interest and need for that pleasure. So if that is the case, just think about it. If that is the case, that your desire to love this woman is not because that woman introduced that desire to you, is because you already were programmed to have that desire for pleasure, to seek woman. If that's the case, then why are you thinking that this is the only woman that could actually fulfill that desire of yours to pursue and find that pleasure? So in other words, in fact, you are not necessarily in love with her while you are, but you pursued her because you're in love to fulfill your desire for pleasure. You're in love, therefore, with your program to fulfill your program. You're in love with the fact of finding pleasure. You're in love with pleasure. You're in love with the desire for pleasure. So in other words, you love pleasure. And if you love pleasure, that pleasure that you have or you had in the relationship with this woman is independent of this woman. You created it. You already had it. And you can create it with another one because you still have that desire for that same pleasure to be with your woman in you, even though this girlfriend has left you. It's not that she left you and she took the desire for pleasure of intimacy with a woman away with her, away, and you don't have it anymore. You still have that as you had it when she wasn't in your life. So remember, when she wasn't in your life, you didn't love her. When she was not in your life, you had not met her, you did not love her because you hadn't met her to be able to express the program that you have, the emotion of love and intimacy and the need to pursue that part of your programming with her. When she wasn't in your life, you didn't love her. You loved her when you saw her. So in other words, what created the love was inside you, and you needed to find someone who would meet your standards in order to offer that love, find a home for that love, which could have been any other woman that could meet your expectations, standards. Which means now that this woman is not in your life, you still have all those capabilities of pursuing for pleasure, and which you can find and offer it to another woman and create the same exact feelings that you had with this ex. Because all the desires and programs for procreation and pleasure and pursuit of pleasure, worshiping pleasure, loving pleasure, all those characteristics and abilities are still inside you, because it was inside you that you could create such relationship and feelings with this ex-girlfriend. Now that she has left, still you have the same ingredients, capabilities within you. It wasn't up to her to bring it to you when she came into your life. You already had it. And with that, you were able to create this emotion. Now that she's gone, you still have all that, and you can do the same thing with another one, because all the programmings, everything else, all the emotions, abilities is still there. You just need to find another woman which meets your basic standards, and create the same relationship with her. We all want to leave a certain kind of a legacy of us, and we think this ex-girlfriend took, if she's left, therefore our legacy has left. But no, it hasn't. Your legacy started because of the program you had. The way that you were able to create that legacy, so to speak, the memories with her, was because you already had that inner interest and abilities to create that relationship and emotions with someone. And you did with her. Now, she's not there, but your whole system is intact. And you can create the same again, because that's how you're programmed, with someone else, and leave another legacy, or continue your legacy. Because all that what you think that she left or she took with her, she didn't. It's all inside here, and you can just add to that legacy with someone else. I hope it would be something for you to think about, and perhaps it would make you realize that by her leaving, or if you're a lady, the boyfriend leaving, or whatever your kind of relationship is, but your partner leaving, it's not the end of the world. Just switch around what I just said, depending on what kind of relationship and what kind of interest you have in your life about finding a partner, and see if that will help you to realize that it's not the end of the world that your partner has left. Because all the ingredients that created that emotion and relationship with that partner is still within you, and you can do it again and exactly the same, and perhaps better, with someone else. You're more experienced now. You know exactly how things can work and cannot work, so you can refine the whole experience. Hope that would be something for you to think about and enjoy, and know that life is not over when the relationship is over. Everything has a duration, and that could have been the duration of this relationship, but yet the good news is that there's thousands and thousands of more possibilities of relationship out there that you can pursue and have a happy and wonderful life again. Talk to you soon, and be good to yourselves.